stages of being wired differently. Let's talk about the first stage. Let's just break this down. The genetic stage of being wired differently. Todd, aren't we all wired differently? Absolutely. I have to say yes, we're all wired differently. And on the same token, we're all special in our way of wired differently. And there's this certain batch of wired differently people that I resonate with. People that you look at and just say, hey, that dude's wired differently. But let's embrace that idea. Let's talk about that idea. Why are we so different? And how do we use it? But let's talk firstly about being wired differently genetically. The stage one of being wired differently. This is that stage where you were born. This is that stage where everybody definitely comes out different. Everybody is wired differently, so much differently that I got some interesting facts for you. God literally helped you bake roughly 250 million neurons at any given time when you were being carried by your mother. All these things are happening and your brain is just like growing and cranking 250 million neurons as much as in a minute. So much that by the time you're born, you will have as many as 250 million a minute made, but you will have as many as 100 billion neurons in your brain when you're born. Crazy, right? Yeah, you're wired differently. But by the time you are 15 years old at the latest, you will have as many as 1,000 trillion neurons in your brain. And through this first 15 years, between 8 and 15, you are packing in more information. Matter of fact, statistically, a young kid learns more in the first 7 years of their life than they'll ever learn in the rest of their life. But by the time they're 15, these 1,000 trillion neurons, which is 1 quadrillion actually, starts to pare back. Because all the neurons that you weren't using go away. That's why children can learn so easily, right? They can learn languages, they can learn instruments, they learn math, they learn sophisticated iPhone stuff, Android stuff. I mean, they just pick it up. It's so easy for them because their brain has so much activity and it's just begging for things to learn because it grabs it. And everything that they don't learn, or all the neurons that don't connect, slowly go away over the next, I'll tell her, roughly 25 years old. So you don't make more neurons after that point. Matter of fact, you lose neurons. And that's the wired differentiality of the genetic side of it. So I wanted to make sure everybody understands, yes, we're all wired differently. But in stage 2, the attitudinal disorder side, is where we start to separate ourselves from the rest of the wired differently genetic side people. Have a great day. I want to challenge you, you're wired differently.